Hello everybody, and welcome to the Daily Revolution. Maybe you've noticed that social media is filled with good-looking, opinionated men and beautiful, bubbly women whose sole job is to catch your attention and to make you want to be just as put together, witty, and successful as they are. These people have a name. They're called influencers. In Matthew chapter 5, Jesus told his audience that they were people of influence. He listed two qualities that they and we all possess. He told them, as he tells us, you are the salt of the earth. 2, he tells them, you are the light of the world. In other words, just as salt makes us want more of whatever it has seasoned, and just as light makes everything more visible, we too have the ability to make people want more of Jesus. And we are able to shine the light in such a way that they can learn to know Him, to love Him, to follow Him in His footsteps. Then Jesus goes on to give a very clear instruction. He says, "Let your light shine in such a way that others will see your good works and glorify God." So today, as we consider how to make the teachings of Jesus relevant and practical in our community, this notion of being salt and light is very important because we don't live in a bubble. We don't live in a bubble where the only people that we meet are only our family or only the members of our church. No, we live in a community where we see the same clerk, the same postman, the same business owner and neighbors virtually every day. And if the teachings of Jesus can't work in this area of life, His teachings can't work anywhere. So, as you read through the Sermon on the Mount, look for instructions that will help you connect with and influence these people with the love and salvation of Jesus. I think the most obvious instruction for community influence is found in Matthew 7, verse 12. Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. This verse is often paraphrased as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Very simple, but very challenging, because Jesus doesn't clarify who the others are. And I think that was intentional, because just like Jesus, we are to consider all people worthy of the basic standards of respect that we think we deserve. But on the other hand, not everybody is so easy to treat as we would like to be treated. So there's a problem. Some people seem to relish the idea of making us their enemy or their adversary. What does Jesus tell us to do with those people? In Matthew 5:25, Jesus says, "Agree with your adversary quickly while you are in the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown into prison." Agree with your adversary quickly. Agree with him? Seriously? Is he serious, really serious here? I mean, whenever I look in my life, some people who have counted me as their adversary seem to believe and say things that even God, as gracious as He is, would not agree with them. Now, Jesus is not telling us to suddenly start believing lies and start believing heresy and start believing all kinds of sin, but He is telling us to come to some kind of agreement that will put to death or that will stop the hostilities. Even if we can't agree with them on the substance of their values and philosophies. So here's a challenge. The challenge for today starts with this. Seek out the friendlies in your community and treat them as you would like to be treated. Next, do not avoid your adversaries. You need to treat them with the same respect that you would like to be treated. And above all, seek God's wisdom as to how you can come into agreement with your adversary and give them the respect with which you want them to give you. So there it is, you all. Easier said than done? Yeah, very much so. But the fact is, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Let me say that again. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. That's a promise that He gives us. So with that, have a great day, and join us tomorrow as we take just a moment to review our notes and to see how the Lord has led us in His ways over the past week. Grace and peace. We'll see you tomorrow.